Hey everybody, welcome to Engage. Today I'm going to walk you through shooting a mover and how to use a Kestrel to calculate the lead you need in order to score some impacts. At my last PRS match, I was lucky enough to get squatted with Scott Satterley. He was super helpful. The guy walked our squad through how to calculate everything for the mover stage. It was my first mover that I'd shot in a competition, and I ended up getting 8 out of 10 impacts, which was my best stage of the match. So let's first set up a typical mover scenario. This mover is at 403 yards at an unknown speed. You need to engage it 10 times within 90 seconds while the mover is between the two orange pylons. So the first step is going to be setting up a spotting scope or a rifle with a reticle pointed at the mover. I'm going to work in mils today, but the same thing applies if you use an MOA reticle. So next you'll need to get into your Kestrel. So you can see I'm using the Hornady Fordhoff version here, but it's very similar with other Kestrel versions. First, I make sure I'm in ballistics mode, not easy. Then I go to the target. I adjust the yardage, then scroll down to TS, which stands for target speed. Click on that and then go to estimate. I'm going to set the movement to 10 mils here. In general, the more mils of movement that you can measure in your reticle, the better. It makes the error of starting and stopping the stopwatch much smaller if you measure over a longer distance, and that leads to a more accurate estimate of the speed of the mover. Then go to time. You'll see start stop, and then you're going to watch the target. Since we're doing 10 mils, I'm going to start my timer right when the right edge of the target, the mover, hits the 5 on the left-hand side of center, and then stop it when the right edge gets to 5 on the right side of center. All right, so let's do this. So I got 2.43 seconds. Click exit. It will ask you to confirm that you want to use this estimate. Hit enter to save that. Then exit out and scroll down to ballistics. In ballistics, scroll down to lead, and you'll see that our lead needs to be 1.83 mils. So I'll dial in my elevation. In this case, it was about 1.5 mils. I typically don't dial in my wind for most stages, but movers are the exception. I dial in my wind and then hold 1.8 mils roughly in front of the target and engage. You can shoot at the target going either direction multiple times. Just be sure you're holding 1.8 mils in front of it each time that you shoot. That's about all there is to it. Let me know what questions you have in the comments below. Help me out by liking and subscribing. And here's to small groups, small extreme spreads, and many impacts.